This is lecture number 4 in a series of Art by Delene. And today I'm going to discuss the process of painting, for me at least. I began painting in high school and painted all the way through college and until I was age 25. At that time, I decided to write novels. I wanted to go to Hollywood and write screenplays. So I started writing screenplays and novels. I made it to Beverly Hills in 5 more years, 30, and I was there for 5 years. I worked there for Jack Scagnetti Talent Agency. I rewrote screenplays and edited novels for people. For him, actually, people that he had as clients. I did this from 25 to 50 and and I published 6 novels. At 50, I took a trip to San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. We had a son who was to the Art Institute there. And so we flew down and I stayed about 6 weeks, I think, altogether. While there, I visited all the old cathedrals, wonderful places. And when I went into one of these, I left, in my opinion, attached by a painter spirit, so to speak. I did look at all the muralists. Leonardo was one of them in that town, and there was a lady from Chile who did a lot of murals there. And I bought paint, went back to the house there on Sellano, and I started painting cathedrals. I did a series of 10 cathedrals. They turned out well. Sold some of them. Gave some of them as a donation to San Miguel, to the church. They were having a fundraiser to restore the church. And those sold. I shipped some of them back to the United States where they sold. One of them's in Monterey. And one of them's on a ranch out in the 2 that I know where they are. After that, I realized I had been missing painting for 25 years, and I began to paint the popes. I painted 7 popes. I think based on the fact that I liked Francis Bacon's Pope so much. And so I did that, and I painted some of the people that I really liked in town. I think I've done 9 portraits of people in Cambria during that period. I also did a series a series of the people in the last regime of the Tsar and the people that surrounded him, including the monk that was such a problem, Rasputin. Painted him. I painted Prince Yusupov. I painted a lot of the royalty of that period. And then I went on to paint ghost horses, meaning one of them was What Horses Must Know. And it was a good figure standing in a field, actually, with the horse. And the horse is looking at him in terror, because I was thinking, well, we're always thinking we see ghosts and spirits, or at least some of us think we do. And I thought, if I were a horse and I were out in the middle of nowhere at night, what would I see if there were spirits and ghosts out there? I would see them. Would I be terrified? Well, this horse was. I painted him. I painted a fallen angel, broken wings, with a horse on that one. I painted the saints. I painted Saint Sebastian, Saint Stephen, some of those. All of this wrapped up in the Renaissance, which means a great deal to me, and the cathedrals and churches and that sort of thing. I like that kind of painting. Allegorical. I like figurative. And I like big pieces. So I did those. During the period of probably, I would say I was 50 through maybe 55 perhaps, when I really got busy on those things. I did crazy things like paint buckets. I painted stripes on the wall and then the paint bucket and then drips coming down the side. I painted sailors stopping a prostitute on the street. I painted Cuban Night, which is two transvestites who are working the streets, and then a boy sitting on the motel steps who doesn't care at all because he's seen it all, so it doesn't mean anything to him anymore. So I painted a lot of things that were kind of eclectic, I would say. I painted Chinaman. I painted 5 or 6 still lifes, one of which really, really was nice. I have pictures of them. All those paintings are gone, meaning they're out there with people who I don't know, always. I did a painting on a mirror. I found an antique mirror that was about 3 or 4 feet long and maybe 2 feet wide. I painted horses in a snowstorm, gathered together, trying to keep warm. I did that one too. So what I really found after I went back to painting at age 50 was that it was no problem painting.